Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with James. What's up, James?
Hello, everyone.
Did you see the episode?
Of course.
Okay, I want to tell you something now. I had went on Daily Motion to see, because we were going to go see Wonder Woman, and then I decided let's go see Wonder Woman tomorrow. We're just a lazy, relaxing Saturday. So I found it on Daily Motion, and I watched it. And I got to tell you, this is going to come as a shock to you, but I really loved it, actually. I thought that this was the best appearance for Nardole, best characterization for Nardole, best characterization dialogue for Bill. The Doctor was fantastic. I love Missy in it. So I'm going to watch it again, but I pretty much rate it really high. I really like it a lot, actually.
I intend to watch it again, definitely.
What happened?
I intend to rewatch it too. I enjoyed it too. I think it
was the best episode this season. To me,
I want to rewatch it before I judge that. But
I'm going to tell you, I shouldn't rate it now. I should watch it again. But to me, I would give this. I mean, I wanted to give it a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really didn't see anything. Well, maybe a 9. You know what? There was a little things that I'm gonna give it for now a 9. Okay?
Yeah.
Only because I saw a lot of things like Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead, where just like River was dying, I saw little repeats of his episodes in here. But I'm going to tell you, this was my favorite episode of the season. Again, I see nothing really wrong majorly with this episode. The only thing that's wrong is the fact that all these months that they've been existing didn't get wiped, that it's happened, but they don't remember it. And 6 months of Earth's history being enslaved, and that's the only thing that's like, maybe would stop it from being a perfect rating. But
personally, I enjoyed the episode. However, there were some problems. The main problem for me is last week's episode. It's just last week's episode is a big letdown for this because what I would have done is, if I was in charge, I would get rid of last week's episode and make this a 2-parter. We need more of the monk ruling the earth, right? I want to see more because even though this episode was really good, it did feel completely, rushed. And that's because they wasted the second part with this boring episode where nothing happened.
Right.
So if they would have, if this would have been episode 2, and then maybe the final part to episode 3, it would have been even better.
Right.
But you can't win everything. The Missy scenes were just so good.
Yes, absolutely. And again, I knew I was going to like it if Missy was in it. And it wasn't just her, though. It was, the Doctor was brilliant. Now, I do want to say some things here, all right? There's a lot of people in this community that like to make it like they know what's going to happen, and they put false stuff out there about a fake regeneration, a woman regeneration, a lot of different things. And meanwhile, they know the truth that that's not the case. And I'm kind of annoyed with that because that's why you got to really not report anything, and you got to, speculate. But I got to tell you, I'm disappointed with some people in this Whovian community that are putting this junk out there, especially people who do conventions and stuff like that. All this fake stuff about the Doctor regenerating this episode to a woman partly or whatever. That was all garbage, and I'm glad that I didn't really think that was going to happen. So I'm glad that didn't happen. But again, this episode was everything for me. And if they continued on this thread, this should have been an opener. This definitely should have been an opener, or this should replace Smile or something. But you know what? I'll let you talk, James. This is an important call.
It's fine. I personally enjoy this episode. I'll give it probably a 9, maybe 8.5, due to the scene with Bill felt a bit rushed when she shot the Doctor. I really enjoyed it. I just think last week's is a letdown because nothing happened last week's. Nothing really happened last week's at all. I think Extremis was excellent. Combine it with this one, it's a good 3-parter, but it would have been best served if they utilised the second part more. I don't know. The only bad thing, I suppose, is how bizarre the monks are. I mean, they have these shields, but they can defend themselves, and then they just got owned by one gun. I thought these were like really badass, and that they can stop nukes and nuclear missiles hitting their pyramid. But bullets, no. They're going to own us.
I would want to see them again, but we're probably never going to see them again. And Missy defeated them already, which was great. So
they're more charlatans, aren't they? Really, they're easily
they are
defeated.
charlatans.
Know what to do. But Missy's excellent, and I tell you what, the trailer for next week's Ice Warrior episode I think it looks great.
And you know what it is? It's all bullshit. They haven't been around on Earth from the dawn of time. They haven't been, like, all that stuff was nonsense because everything they say is a lie. And
I mean, it didn't make sense. If they have been, yeah, exactly, they're charlatans.
They're charlatans. They're con men.
Yeah, basically what they were on about in episode 2.
Yeah.
When they were tricking people, which is why I hated episode 2 so much, because when they started killing people, I thought the other people would realize, they're charlatans and just shoot them.
They should have just. I mean, again, they've been making fun of the puddle monster for a few episodes now. Like, they realized, oh, that's going to be a crap opener, after they filmed it, because they said stuff about the puddle monster again. The whole thing is that, you imagine if they would have did a different opening, and then maybe this happened on episode 3, and then they did like this 3-parter, but they would have just made it 2 parts, like you said. It would have been phenomenal. We're at the end of the season just about, There's only 4 episodes left, and it's going to be a situation where, like, this is probably going to push the season ahead. Extremis, yes, but like that pyramid at the end of the world was crap, like total crap.
It was crap, and I don't understand people defend that. It's a setup episode, people keep saying, but it was a completely unnecessary setup episode. It's irrelevant. Nothing.
It looks to me like they put all the money in this episode. Because this episode was genuinely, I mean, look at it. I thought it was fantastic. And again, she's still in the vault, so I guess she doesn't get out. And it's not a reset button exactly, because I guess technically for 6 months this happened.
We're now understanding the Missy John Sim thing. It's obvious that Missy is turning slightly, and John Sim, the master, will probably not like that.
Well, I gotta tell you, this may be a potential spoiler for John Sim's appearance. And again,
tune out now, guys, if you hate spoilers.
I got one of my sources had contacted me that I use. And again, I don't know, like, he heard it from his source. I don't know if this is genuine, but from what I understand, the John Sim thing isn't, well, maybe the first appearance of John Sim isn't what we expect. Because when again, spoilers here, I heard that there's something the Doctor has to do telepathically with Missy, where he links to her on the psychic plane and perceives the Master, I guess her avatar in her mind. It's a cross between John Sim, which it is John Sim, but with the beard, meaning like John Sim and Roger Delgado, but John Sim being the image in there. And from what the person said, there was no multi-master story. Now, that thing is probably the first appearance. I don't know if this person saw the finale or the...
Yeah, because maybe for one time, maybe, but if they do that both times, then it really isn't real.
Right.
It's not like they can trick people. I mean, they do that all the time, and they advertise people. But they've advertised him coming back.
Right.
Okay? They really alluded to the fact that he's back.
Yeah.
So they can't do that.
I know that. Now, I want to bring up the point that there's a lot of people in this community, I'm going to stress it again, that make up fake things. They want to be important in Doctor Who. They want to like make their own thing and be super famous, attacking me, attacking other people, and just try to make their own show with lies. Now, they go behind the fact that maybe they're behind connections. Maybe they used to write for different Doctor Who things and stuff like that to make it like they're credible. But then they make up stuff like this whole thing that they said it was definite that the Doctor was going to be a fake regeneration or another time. They didn't know their ass from their elbow. So I just want to say that You really got to be careful with people in this community, young people in this community. Not you, James, but I'm saying people that we know that basically are putting a lot of this horse shit out there to try to make it like they're cool that you talk to them, and then they don't know anything. So
I don't really, apart from Game of Thrones spoilers, which can be quite accurate, I don't really listen to spoilers and .2. They never, most of the time, they're usually wrong.
yeah,
They really are. For example, the spoilers from Series 9, nobody got them right until the very end. People were completely way off. People were completely way off with the 50th anniversary spoilers, with the Omega things and stuff like that.
Yep.
People always get them off, and
it's okay to speculate, but not to say that's definite and you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and that's great. That's what makes it great, because not knowing is better. Earthshock with the Cyberman return, nobody knew that was going to happen, and that's good. So I hope that some surprise does happen. I hope that maybe another Master or another Doctor may appear.
Right.
Some sort of secret surprise.
I gotta say, I think this was one of Capaldi's best episodes. One of his best episodes. I'm sorry.
Very well
I would see this as the BBC, and I would say give him another season. I mean, I'm telling you, Toby Whithouse did this episode, right?
I believe so.
I gotta tell you, my hat's off to him, man. I mean, honestly, he surprised me, and he made me invigorated. He made me regenerated. He made me so positive about with hope and everything for the future of Doctor Who. And it's a shame. I don't know if he's going to be doing any more episodes, but...
Scripts aside, whatever anyone thinks about the episode, everyone acted very well. Pearl acted incredibly well. Matt Lucas as Nardole was just so excellent and funny and cute and adorable. And the punching, just even the little punching scene, don't do that. That hurts.
And it's a shame that this is part of a three-parter, that the second part is garbage, and the first part, there was problems with it too. Even though I liked it. But again, obviously my rating's not going to go up for Pyramid at the End of the World, because that was garbage. And Extremis, I'm not going to raise my rating according to that. I'm just taking Lie of the Land as an isolated thing, and I'm giving it a 9. I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah, it's a shame. I think last week's episode would have been better either to be combined with this in a 2-part, with Invading the Earth, or better still, scrap it and make the Ice Warrior episode a 2-part, which looks like it is. The Ice Warrior episode looks like it could be better as a 2-part episode.
But you know why this episode was superior to the other episodes? It was busy. You didn't have even enough time to think. It was all over the place. Good. Her walking in the street, that happened with the propaganda and the person and whatever. Then it's jumping to her, then her mother, then Nardole, then they go to the ship, and then the doctor's being a jerk, and she shoots him, and all these different things. You didn't have time to process it. And then talking to Missy, doing this. This is what you need to have successful Doctor Who. Is the episode is so much good and stuff that you cannot even have a moment to just process what you just watched. Like the Pyramid at the End of the World, they're sitting there, he's like this, looking that he's blind for minutes here, minutes there, and then you have time to say, oh man, this sucks. This episode, you were too busy. You understand? You got to get the person's attention. You got to, Game of Thrones, you got to, just so much stuff happening that once it's over, you're watching it multiple times. But, my God, this episode had everything in it for me, man. I mean, Missy, too, was an added plus. Nardole was a completely different character compared to all the other episodes that he had the most lines he ever had in history, and he was actually genuinely interesting that he said, I guess, maybe even before he got his head off his body, maybe he had different body parts. We know he had a different face, but he said, I used to have a different hand. All these different things. Maybe the doctor didn't put him back together that way. Maybe there was all these different things, but, Nardole was interesting. I liked Nardole as a companion. I accepted Nardole as a companion in this. I'm like, okay, he's part of the team. He's good. He's not a waste. Finally, Matt Lucas, holy crap, I gotta tell you, my favorite Matt Lucas episode.
Well,
100%
I've always
changed or
liked
not.
Nardo.
I didn't.
Yeah, I
But
know.
this did it for
a
me,
lot of
man.
people liked it at the start of the season. I've always liked Nardo. I'm a big
Bill
fan of
too,
Nardo.
man. Bill wasn't just a freaking.
Yeah,
She
Bill
was
was good.
Pearl Mackie was written perfectly. Toby Whithouse got the doctor down pat. He got
Can I
Missy
just say,
down.
I know this is going to be an insult towards Clara. I don't think Jenna could have pulled off the Pearl scenes this episode.
I don't agree. I like Jenna. No, I don't agree. I don't agree with that
I
statement.
know. We have our differences.
Yeah, but and again, I don't want to
personally
compare, but the thing was done beautifully with Bill. That her mother's the most important thing in her life, and that's the one thing that the Truth Monks couldn't like block, and that was the thing that saved the day. And she didn't die, and it was like a whole, So I'm glad that she didn't die, because then it would have been like a copy off of, Forest of the Dead, and I'm glad that, I just didn't like those similarities, but I understood it. But you even heard the music. You mentioned this is the Last of the Time Lords as a nod to the Last of the Time Lords episode, and they had a little bit of the music sampling in there too. There's a lot of stuff in here for me that made me excited.
They also have in the next episode,
Nice Warriors.
But the Sidemen theme tune.
Now again, there was people that were making false things that Missy was going to be in the next episode. I don't know that. I didn't see that, but we'll see.
Doesn't look like she is.
Huh?
Doesn't look like she is.
Yeah, so I think that's bullcrap too. I mean, we'll find out.
Because they only have 45 minutes next episode. I mean, there's already a lot they have to do in that 45 minutes. I don't think they can fit Missy in.
And she hasn't gotten out of the vault.
Yeah.
In that episode 9, she's still in the vault. So that's telling too. Yeah,
we're getting towards the end of the season now. It's quite
should be in episode 10, I'm sure. Should be in episode 10.
Surely.
Now, as far as John Sim goes, I don't know if he's going to be at the end of this episode or next episode or whatever. Maybe not even at all.
There's no way he will appear in the Ice Warrior episode. Absolutely no chance.
Okay.
I am hoping he appears in episode 10, or at least reference.
Yeah.
Episode 10 is quite mysterious, you see.
Yeah, I know. Listen, what did you rate it?
This episode, I don't see how I can go below 9. I very much enjoyed it.
I'll tell you, I wanted to give it a 10, but I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna give it a 9 for now, and I'm gonna watch it again.
It's part of an intertwined story, and is affected poorly from the episode, so it has to get a 9.
Right. This, first of all, the writing has to be, and again, whether you like the Truth Monks or not, and I understand people don't like reset buttons, which is not exactly a reset button, but the thing is that you have to argue. Toby Whithouse wrote the Doctor perfectly. He wrote Bill, Nardo, Missy. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Yes, the Truth Monks suck, but I mean, maybe that's why it's a 9, because they're not really that great villain anyway.
Well, the one scene what doesn't make sense, even though it was very creepy, when the one Truth Monk is staring at Nardo and Bill. What? I thought Bill was...
Well, that's what bothered me too. If she's the one that made the consent, right?
Yeah.
They don't know her all of a sudden. Like, their memory went blank too. Like, they should know that she's the reason they conquered the Earth.
I genuinely thought the monk was playing her. Yeah. But he wasn't.
I mean, there wasn't. They're just idiots. They're idiots.
Yeah, they're just idiots. Yeah.
They think they're so superior, they don't even remember what the person looks like that consented to the whole damn thing. That's why this is annoying. I got to tell you. That's why it's annoying, because there's a little plot holes here and there.
Yeah,
I mean,
that scene is a plot hole.
There's a few plot holes, but again, it's annoying for me. So we're going to get out of here now. We will be back tonight because my counterparts in America here have not seen it. I don't know if they're going to see it till tonight. I was trying to reach Mikey all day, but I sent him the thing too, the link. All right, so we'll be back tonight or maybe a little later. Thank you, James. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And, we'll go over people's comments too later that are, intelligent comments. So, all right, take care. Bye for now.